Dr. Jenkins here. This is going to be our lab number 5, computer dietary analysis. Hope you're ready. So we're going to review the AMDRs and then we're going to get right into the lab. Basically what this lab is composed of is you going to 4 different websites. They're free. And you're going to create a free profile, and you're going to put in your information, age, height, weight, activity level, press a button, and it's going to give you recommendations. How many calories, a ballpark of how many calories you need per day to ingest, and then we're going to either figure out or we're going to get from the website the grams of carbohydrates, fat, and protein. The idea here is that we just get a ballpark, not that one individual website is 100% right. Think about it. You could have 2 people, same age, same height, same weight, same activity level, but those similar 2 people could have different caloric needs or different needs in their amount of carbs, fat, and protein. So we know that it's not going to be exact. Furthermore, how could a website that doesn't even know you know exactly what you need? But the idea here is that it gives us a ballpark. So we have at least some idea. We're not shooting in the dark. Some people might like to shoot in the dark because then you can eat whatever you want. I would like to not know how many calories I need because then I would probably eat many more. But this just gives us a ballpark, okay? All right, let's do some review. And I'm going to use a different color than purple. Purple seems kind of boring because the PowerPoint's purple. Let's do orange. We know these, folks. We've been going through them. The acceptable macronutrient distribution ranges. I shouldn't even have to tell you this. As a matter of fact, you already know. First, most people, somewhere between 45 and 65% of their diet should come from carbohydrates. Somewhere between 20 and 35% of their diet should come from fats. Somewhere between 15 and 30% of their diet should come from protein. I've said this so many times, it's about to drive me crazy. But you need to know these. All right. Now, here's where I want you to figure out where you fall. So, as we said, 45 to 65% carbs, 20 to 35% fat, 15 to 30% protein. There's not one right answer here, folks, but I just want you to think about it and to come up with something reasonable. I'm going to use myself as an example as we go through this. I do a lot of cycling and swimming and other stuff. Because I'm more of an endurance athlete, I'm going to fall on this end of the carbohydrate. So let's just say I pick 60% carbs. If you're a power lifter, it's going to be lower. If you're a sedentary person, it's going to be lower. Pick a number and we'll go with it, okay? As an endurance athlete, I need some fats, but I also want to stay lean. So I'm just going to pick 20. And then 60 plus 20 is 80. So if I have to have these add up to 100, what I'm left with is 20% protein. These 3 numbers need to add up to 100. You may do this initially and not like how it comes out. So then you can alter it. Well, maybe I think I need more fats. Okay, so I change the fats to 25%. But then I got to take 5% from somewhere else. Again, there's not one necessarily right answer, but I just want you to think about you, what your activity level is like, and what type of activity you do. And come up with these numbers for you, don't use mine, that add up to 100. Feel free to pause this video because I want you to really think about it. Once you have that, we are ready to go to our websites. We're going to use these 4 websites, folks. We're going to be using MyFitnessPal later in this semester, And this is the one that I like. I think it's the most user-friendly lately. But because I want to get a range, we're going to go to 3 other websites for a total of 4. What you're going to need to do by the end of this lab is fill out this chart for you. For each of the 4 websites, you're going to put in how many calories it recommends you ingest, and then how many grams of carbs, fat, and protein. And then you're going to average them. These websites use different algorithms, okay? So we're going to see some differences. Some are going to be maybe unusually high. Some websites are going to be a little bit low. But by doing an average of 4, we probably get an even better ballpark. Okay, so I'm going to switch off of this PowerPoint. Hopefully I can figure this out. And I'm going to go to the internet. Wow, look at that. And MyFitnessPal. You're going to have to make an account. You'll probably have to get creative with a username and password because a lot of people are on this. Make sure you write down what your username and passwords are for these websites because you are likely to forget. Once you make a free profile, when it first takes you to the website, it's going to ask you your age, height, weight, and to estimate your activity level. It usually gives you choices like sedentary or low activity, exercises twice a week, moderate activity, exercises 3 to 5 times, whatever. Okay? And then you're going to probably want to go to goals. So for whatever information you put in, it gives you your goals. I can't use my special pen when I'm on the internet here, but you can see on the left of your screen total calories. So based off of what I put in here, it said I need about 2,210. And this gives me the percentages of carbs, fat, and protein. But I want to look at the grams. 276 grams of protein, 74 grams of fat, 111 grams of protein. That is the information that you're going to put into this chart. So that was MyFitnessPal. It should give you all 4 of these. The next website, free dieting. Let's see if I can maneuver this reasonably well. Free dieting. All right. This one, I don't believe makes you use, it doesn't make you create a username and password. For this one, I'm just going to scroll down, and on the left, daily calorie needs. And then you put in your information. So you put in your age, your gender, your weight, your height, your general exercise level, and you hit calculate. What the hell, I'll do it because I just want to, they keep changing these websites. So 68 inches, and I exercise 5 times a week intense. Calculate. Oh, I see. So it wants 5 feet, 8 inches. Okay. So this is going to give me a number of calories for maintenance. 2,315. So I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to put into here 2,318. And actually, what was mine from MyFitnessPal? Something like 2,200, around there. So they're within a reasonably close to each other. For free dieting, it's only going to give you the total calories. But that's okay because we are going to calculate the rest. And the other benefit of this is that you can figure out how to do this on your own. So what if you don't have access to a fancy MyFitnessPal? Well, you're going to put whatever the numbers were that you came up with at the beginning. So the percentages of carbs, fat, and protein, the same ones that you came up with at the beginning of this lab. Divide by 100. Then you're going to multiply it by the total calories recommended from that website. What was it? 2,318. I'm going to use 2,200 just because that's what I had the calculations for. But if I was doing this for real, I would put in the number of calories from free dieting, which was 2318. So I take, for the top here, 0.6 times 2200, and that gives me 1,320. The same number times 0.2, it gives me 440, and this is also times 0.2, 440. Then look at carbohydrates. We're going to divide by 4. These numbers should look familiar because every 1 gram of carbohydrate that we metabolize, we get 4 kilocalories of energy. So I do the math, and it says 330 grams. For fat, we divide by 9, because for every gram of fat, we get 9 kilocalories of energy, 49 grams of fat. Protein, we divide by 4, 110 grams of fat. So you'd put these numbers back into your chart. All right. Excellent. Now let's go to Choose My Plate. This is the government website. Choose My Plate. This one, they keep changing this website, so anytime that I write the directions, a month later, they don't match anymore. But I went on this website earlier, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down, and I'm going to click on Get Your My Plate Plan, Learn More. Get Your My Plate Plan. And then I'm going to click on it again, Start. It's going to ask me for some information, and then I hit Calculate, and it gives me a total number of calories. How you like that? So we're going to add that to the list, but because it only gave us total number of calories, we're going to have to again do the math using the same percentages from before, but it'll likely be a different total calorie. So maybe maybe ChooseMyPlate.gov recommends 1,800 calories. So my numbers are going to be a little bit different, okay? All right, the last one is Fit Day. Look at me navigating through this. I'm impressing myself here. All right, Fit Day, I kind of had a hard time with. When I first went to here, it didn't give me much of anything, so I ended up clicking on my username, and my username is J_58KKF. And when I clicked on that, it gave me this top banner, which for some reason when I first logged on, it didn't give me. But if you click on your username, it should give you this banner. And when you're on this banner, all you have to do is click on Dashboard. And for the information that you put in, it should give you, total number of calories. Now, if this pops up for the first time, do it. Put in your gender, your birth date, height, weight, and then it's going to give you a total number of calories. If you have any problem with these, just let me know, okay? I will try and help you as best I can. If you look in the back here, it says calorie budget. See right underneath the fitday.com website, calorie budget. It says 1538. So based on this, 1,538 is what I would put on my sheet there. 1,538. And you're going to have to do this again. So 1,538 for all of them, the same. So you're going to use the same percentages for all of them to get your data. So when you're done, you're going to have this chart figured out. And then you're going to take the averages across for each one. So add all 4 up and divide by 4. The point of this lab is just to give us, ladies and gentlemen, a ballpark. And because I'm from Maryland, I have to include Oriole Park at Camden Yards. It just gives us an idea of where we need to be. Not that we need to be perfect, but it gives us an idea. All right, folks, good luck.